This will be the most advanced Tesla Gigafactory in the world, and it's very impressive what the capabilities of Shanghai in building things. I learned recently that Shanghai, for example, has the biggest subway system in the world. That's great. We think with the resources here that we can build the Shanghai Gigafactory in record time.
This might be maybe the biggest news for Tesla China so far, and they are not all positive. Actually, they are actually the opposite of positive. They are quite negative. And as you know, I'm a Tesla shareholder, so usually I'm looking for the positive things, the achievements, but obviously you have to have an open eye for all the other things as well. And I came out across something that is really concerning. And I haven't seen this much picked up by news, therefore I'm sharing it with you, and let's dive straight into it. And as you know, usually everything goes very, very well for Tesla in China. So they created and manufactured the China Gigafactory in no time. From 10 months, from beginning of this year until the end of this year, they built a building on a piece of land, and this was absolutely incredible. They got all the governmental approvals for all to sell the car, to manufacturing the car, so all is well. And they also get the subsidy from the China government right there, $3,500 per vehicle, which is absolutely great. So everything what you can wish for Tesla in China just happening right now. And the market even is the biggest car vehicle market in the industry. There's no bigger electric car manufacturer market like China, and all of this makes you feel everything is fine. Even the municipality, the industry ministry, saying that all the manufacturers that are producing 30,000 cars per year or more need to have a quote of electric vehicles. So even the government is supporting. But on the one hand side, you are thinking, what is the strategy behind the China government? Which is quite clear to me, and I hope I can translate this for you. Now, for many, many years, the very top manufacturing for ICE cars, for internal combustion engine vehicles, was Europe with all the German manufacturer, European manufacturer, and US with all the Ford, GMs, and also other car manufacturers out there. And also obviously Asia, like Japan with Toyota, and China was somewhere not on the map at all. So the initiative by the China government here is actually to put money and subsidies and support to manufacturers, especially Chinese manufacturers, to push them to be a great competition to the other old or traditional car manufacturers. So they have seen that battery technology will be 1/3 or 1/2 of the cars, of future cars, of e-cars, what really matters. So they wanted to really jump out the BIY of the world. The Chinese manufacturers should be #1 in the world for electric car manufacturers, and therefore all of this was subsidized and supported by the government. This runs now for a couple of years. So now we're coming to the bad side. However, the subsidies are slowly running out in 2020, and you can see that the numbers of electric cars registered are falling. And oh boy, it's not like just, you know, because of some recession or economic slowdown, but they are falling year over year quite drastically. So just to give you some numbers and some context here, from October 2018 to October 2019, so year over year comparison, you can see that 30% less electric cars in China was registered. And for the hybrid model, so, you know, electric with gasoline mixed, is even more drastic. There the number is even 50% less year over year. so you can see what's happening there, and everything will get clearer towards the end of this video because I will get in every detail. It looks like the latest PR and press releases by the Chinese government is that they are starting to promote methanol and hydrogen powered cars. And first of all, you think like, what's happening? Like 75%, and here comes the answer, 75% of the subsidies are gone for electric vehicles. And they have seen still there was so much put into this new technology. There is no big Chinese car manufacturer leader in the world. You know, there's the NIO and BIY. They are doing something, but they are really, you know, microscopic against companies like Chevrolet that are having the Evolt or Tesla, obviously, and Volkswagen just, you know, announcing making lots and lots of electric car vehicles. So China is actually turning or slowly turning its back to e-vehicles and e-vehicles of governmental support here, which can be quite bad. Now, they are promoting these new fuel options of a very simple way. Now, think about it. Because there was a trade war and they want to go out of importing things, so they don't want to import oil, for example, or other commodities, methanol is the product that is created when the coal mining, which is #1 energy sourcing from China, and you see where I'm going here. So actually they have a lot of methanol that they support. They say, hey, this is something that comes out from our #1 energy source, which we can create inbound the country, and therefore we would like to use you, that you buy the methanol powered cars. On the other hand, hydrogen gets created by electrolyzing, so it means that both of these options can be used inbound. So you see where this all is going. So electrification didn't work out quite as planned for China as pushing this manufacturers. So they're trying to push out other manufacturers now and other technologies to see, okay, can we get the leap there? Can we reach something out there that can go from China to the world? Because this is what China really wants. They want to have the #1 car manufacturers in the world going from China to the world, you know, and obviously catering all the inbound demand for this kind of vehicles. So I hope the whole picture got clear. So there still is subsidy for electric car vehicles. It's the biggest market for e-vehicles, and they are finishing the subsidies, and they saw it's not the effect that they liked, so they want to push hydrogen and methanol as alternative. And if they are pushing it, you know, lots and lots of people in China will follow, because they are looking, okay, what is the government saying to us, and we need to follow as good Chinese people. And this is the conclusion of the video. What is this all about? So first of all, this needs to get further investigated. I just read a couple of articles, but this jumped in my mind directly. Even as bull of Tesla, even as shareholder, you have to be open for all the news out there, to react, to see where is the trending going on and so on. So you need to see this, you need to react on this, you need to be able to get this information straight and also confirmed. So if you have any knowledge about this, make sure to comment, because then we can discuss about this after you watch this video. On the other hand, I believe that first, if they already invested so much in e-vehicles, I believe, and this is the more than positive side, I will come to the negative side, I think they would spend even more money to push now the other technologies and to be same, and even the other manufacturers will go for electrification most probably, and therefore maybe they will lose on this part and say okay, maybe we just keep both technologies moving on, and then we decide at one point which we will support, because in the end it's building the infrastructure, the charging stations, the hydrogen or methanol stations, and so on. There's a lot of work needed from the government as well to promote either one, and if you are making a hybrid, then it's really hard to support both part of the technologies. Now on the other side, if we are looking back in history, what happened to the fuel cars so far? There was also two technologies, right? You had the fuel car, the gasoline car, and you had the diesel car, and there was, you know, both available and both was working for a very long time. Especially the diesel got really hammered through the scandal in Germany, through Volkswagen and other car manufacturers to hit the emission rate. But however, you see where I'm going with this, that maybe there will be not an overall market that will be 95% that. Maybe we will have like a 70-30 market or 80-20 market, and then slowly either of them will die out. Now on the other hand, we need to also see the positive things. So the positive things is that we see that there is still subsidy, and even when Tesla will be in China, they will be paying taxes, they will be making employment over there. So I cannot imagine that they, you know, drop all of this to support now the other technologies where, you know, it's so much more to put now into, or to just jump the ship and go into that direction. Now on the other hand, it's very concerning that, you know, just if you put everything inside, politics and trends and everything, the numbers, if they are correct, we are losing 30% of electric cars registrations in China year over year. So this is concerning, guys. So if we speaking about the biggest market in the world for e-vehicles, then this is very concerning. But on the other side, you also can think like, okay, this was they was very early in that, so they had like a big, let's say, curve, and then it's going down a bit, and they are trying something different, and then maybe it flat out, and it's still the biggest market because just of the population. So also of this argument, it's highly unpredictable what will happen next. So I think the 2020 year need to be watched very closely, which means that we need to see how China is going. We will see how the trade deal further evolving. What about phase 2? We have to see where politics are going in China, and we have to see how Tesla is doing in China. All of this mixed will give you the answer in the next couple of months. So make sure to subscribe here to be followed all the recent news. I thought this is super interesting to share with you to make you the better investor, and I'm vlogging every single day for all such breaking news, so make sure to stay tuned. Thank you for watching and see you tomorrow.